What's going on, y'all? It's your boy. I pull up to the house and I'm bringing you some more NCAA Football 14 featuring the Georgia State Panthers. And in today's video, this is game number 1 of Season 2, and we're taking on the number 1 ranked Alabama. Wait, Air Force? Ah, my bad, y'all. Let me explain what happened. In the last video, you saw I had an A or A plus schedule going into the season. I was going to play top 5 ranked opponents each of the first 5 weeks. But for some reason, I guess I didn't save, or I advanced without saving my schedule, and it reverted back to the default schedule. So now I have a C plus schedule. I think there's even like an FCS school on there. So I'm pretty disappointed because that could all but dash my hopes of repeating as national champs. I mean, I'm not assuming I'm going to win everything I play, but still, there may be no way, even if I win all my games, I may not be able to represent, and go for my title again. So anyway, we're going to jump into the game. As disappointed as I am, I'm still going to play against Air Force. The Falcons are a 75 overall. I'm a 63 now. My improvements via recruiting and the improvements from the training sessions. We're now a 65 on offense and defense. I guess we still suck on special teams, so we're still we're still a 63 overall. So we'll see what happens. I actually won the kickoff and elected to receive in the spirit of a new season, trying to do something different just so I can get my offense out there and see how we look immediately. We're coming out in a 3 wide receiver set, and my new quarterback, Freddie Hughes, goes across the middle to my new receiver, Tyler Thorne, another 4-star recruit. And yeah, 18 yards later, pick up the first down of 2013, and we're rolling. Let's go. I'm really I like this team, how it's constructed. We lost our workhorse back in Martell Jones, but we're going to move to a more pass-heavy offense since we have a better quarterback. Not knocking Justin Royal as we come out with some play action going across the middle to Daniel Bauer for a big play as well, 18 more yards. But I think we're going to pass it a lot more this year since we don't have the same, running back. We may be improved, we may not be, but I trust. I trust my quarterback Freddie Hughes, even though he's a true freshman. He's an 80, I think an 80 overall with an 88 speed, so he adds a little bit more of an element to our game as well. He can scramble. He dishes it off just like he does there to Jeff Smith for 17 more yards. We got big play potential all over the place, but we're not going to forget that running game. It's first and goal here at the 9-yard line. 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter, and we're going to have more of a running back by committee. One of those running backs is Quincy Lester, who runs up the middle, runs over a defender, and gets a 9-yard touchdown run. Let's go. Panthers on the board for the first time, the first of many times, hopefully, in 2014, as we look to continue our winning streak. We won all 13 games we played last year and took the national title. Hopefully, we can keep that streak going. So now we're facing Air Force. Speaking of running teams, this team does it all the time. I guess they have a poor quarterback because they ran it all day long. As with a game like that, 22 yards from Red Smith on their first play from scrimmage, why not run it all the time, But yeah, this team, they run a lot of different. They give you a lot of different looks. Do some read option. They put their running backs in motion here and there, and they do a lot of different things with their backs. They just can't really pass the ball very well, as evidenced here on this 3rd and 10. The coverage is great, the pass rush is great, and the ball falls down in the end zone short of the intended target, leads to a 4th down, and I thought it would be a field goal attempt, but instead they decided to go for it. I guess they have a bad kicker like I do, so they went ahead and went for it on 4th and 10. I decided to rush nobody and stay back in a prevent defense in case they scramble on us, and it pays off. We get the coverage sack because he ran outside the contain and went after him, and we got the sack, so that's what's up. We rushed nobody really except that defensive lineman. He broke through, and then quarterback tried to leave, and we slammed his ass to the ground. So let's go. Georgia State takes over on downs, and we're at about the 29-yard line, facing a 3rd and 5. 3 more wide receivers up the field. Instead, we go back to Jeff Smith once again, the tight end, who I promised in the preseason I'm going to get him to the All-American team because he deserved it last year. He was a Mackey Award finalist for top tight end, yet he didn't make first or second team All-American. So we'll see what happens this year. Now another 2nd down completion is going to go to Tyler Thorne, who picks up another first, 18 more yards, and at the end of the first quarter, we're up 7-0. Offense is looking good. The defense had a big stop on 4th down, and we're looking to increase our lead and bring home win number 1 of the 2014 season. So we'll see. Second quarter begins with us in a goal-to-go situation. 2nd and goal. Come out with 5 wide receivers and a running back in the shotgun formation. And Freddie Hughes, he has the green light to take off whenever he wants to since he's an 88 speed, and he does so and runs in the end zone before his first touchdown of the season. The first of many for him as well, I hope. whether it's on the ground or through the air. That's why I started this guy. He's, a stronger quarterback, better arm. Some might be like, why aren't you loyal to the quarterback that won you a national title? But I mean, I want to win more games and win games more convincingly this year. We had to go down to the wire a lot, and of course that wasn't all Justin Royal's fault. But I don't want to leave the ball, you know, in the hands of a quarterback I can't really trust. As we make the play right there, we intercept the quarterback. My true freshman Williams makes the play right there. I decided to start him, and he plays in a lot of our dime packages, and he got the interception for me. So up 14-0, getting a turnover, looking to put this game away early. 2nd and 1. We're at about the 31-yard line. We're going to run the ball some more. Another member of our running back by committee is Mike Robinson. He has a decent amount of speed. Kind of reminds me of Danny Woodhead, not just because he's white, but because he's a small back and he can actually catch out of the backfield as well. And he's got decent enough speed, deceptive speed. So 3rd and 9 in the red zone and about the 11-yard line going across the middle. And we find Daniel Bauer again, this time for an 11-yard touchdown. First TD pass of the career of Freddie Hughes. Looking good, 21-0. We're taking a big lead into the half. They would actually go down the field and score on us right before the half. Nothing worth seeing. Or actually they scored a field goal. So it's 21-3 at the half. We're looking good offensively and defensively, and we're making the plays in front of our home crowd of the Georgia Dome. So now second half begins. 3rd down for Air Force. This is a pretty uneventful half. It's going to go by pretty quick because neither one of us could really get anything going. The defense has really dug in and made big plays. As you see right here, we didn't have to do anything. Red Smith got the ball in the flat, ran right out of bounds. They got a negative 2-yard gain. So they gave the ball back to us via punt. We're taking over. It's 3rd and 10. 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter, and we're coming out with 3 wide receivers and our tight end in the shotgun, and Freddie Hughes tries to use that speed to his advantage, but the defender's a little bit too fast from Air Force, and they get the sack, more of a coverage sack than anything, and we're going to turn the ball right back over to them. The 3rd and 11, we're trying to make a play here, get them off the field once again, kind of quash any kind of momentum they want to get as far as making a comeback. And on 3rd and 11, the receiver makes the grab but drops it, trying to tiptoe in bounds. So Eugene Riley, as you see, he struggled even in a 21-3 deficit. He's only attempted 8 passes. Just this team can't really pass the ball that well. So, now it's the final play of the third quarter. 30 seconds left to go, and we're coming out in a 2 wide receiver set in a single back formation. More of a expanded I formation. We come out with Mike Robinson again. Like I told you, that deceptive speed, it even fooled us a little bit when we started running him. 25-yard rush, 7 carries for 50 yards, and a big first down to keep the clock rolling. We just want to get out of here with a win. We're not trying to, risk injury, putting up big numbers in game number 1. We're trying to get a feel for our roster and how we look, and so far things are looking good. We want to limit the big runs like that and continue to make plays. There's an interception that Freddie Hughes threw at the end of the first half, so it's not really important. But we do want to limit those turnovers. Speaking of turnovers, it's 3rd and 10. Freddie Hughes coming out in another 3 wide receiver set in the single back formation. We got the tight end out there as well. And Freddie Hughes is going to take off, show off that great speed and the great field vision, pick up the first down, but he turns the ball over, fumble. Even in a 21-3 game, it's something that the coach is not going to be pleased with because we want to limit those turnovers, especially if we have any good teams on our schedule. I can't really remember. I think we play UW, and they're ranked in the top 10, I'm sure, in the preseason for this season. So hopefully they stay that way because that may be our one signature game we have this season. But we want to limit those turnovers for sure. And we want to keep doing things like this on defense, playing great man-to-man coverage in the secondary, forcing these coverage sacks. Actually this was more of just a great pass rush. He blows right by the right tackle and comes right after the quarterback, brings him down. And we're going to rely heavily on that guy because we lost Jermaine Walton, who won the Rotary Lombardi Award and the Bronco Nagurski Award as the top defensive lineman in the nation. And he's gone via graduation, so we got to make a play. Speaking of making plays, I got my true freshman out there, my prized recruit, James Foster, who looked like he made an incredible SportsCenter top 10 highlight interception, but instead they ruled it out of bounds for some reason. I don't know. He got both feet in just like he needed to in college. Looked like he had possession, but they just didn't feel like giving it to me today. I don't know, but it's not a big deal. It led to a 4th down. It's gut check time. Minute and 45 seconds left to go in the game. One more stop here. We can run the clock out and get on out of here with this first win of 2014. We're coming out with just a basic rush of 3 defenders, and the ball bounces off the opposing receiver to fall incomplete, and they turn it over. We're going to win this game 21-3. that's going to do it for the commentary. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Player of the game, Gary Williams, in a a great defensive effort from our team. He got 3 tackles and an interception. That interception he made in the first half was huge because it led to our final touchdown of the game, our final score of the game, actually. So big ups to Air Force, who locked us down in the second half. But our defense showed up as well, and we held on to a very nice lead, and we got the win. So want to know Georgia State again. I apologize for the lack of exciting. The lack of an exciting opponent week 1. I really wanted to face Alabama again. It was going to be in Tuscaloosa, and it would have been a great matchup. They were going to try to exact revenge on us for knocking them off last year. They actually finished 3rd in the BCS while we finished 2nd, and that win was because of it. Pretty much, they won everything else. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and as always, thanks for all the support. Thanks for over 1,300 subscribers. I'm gonna get up out of here. All right, peace.